Well, welcome to RMTV. We're down here at the Heathrow Express dispute today, a 48-hour strike by our members seeking a fair pay increase. We're here at the mass meeting of Heathrow Express members. We've had huge publicity today, absolutely rock solid strike. We're going to hear from some of the people who are involved, General Secretary Bob Crow and Brendan Kelly, our regional organiser, about the background to the dispute.
We don't want to be in dispute. We've told them that all the way along. We don't want to be in dispute, all right? We don't want to be standing outside with picket lines, but you give us a fair rise, right? We want, our members want a share a result from this company and a share dividend from what the company. They're quick to give it to the shareholders and they're quick to give it to the bosses and their bonuses. What we want is a fair deal for the workers on the ground, all right? And they can afford to do it. That's what this strike's about. We will continue this strike and we will make sure you get that fair deal.
This has been a successful day, and I hope that after the action finishes over this weekend, that's the end of it. I honestly do. I hope the company will see sense, they get round the table, and they come up with a fair deal. Because the fact is, they ain't going short out there. There's people piling onto those trains, left, right and centre, and they can afford a fair deal. They've paid out something in the region of £4 to £5 million purely in shares, in dividends, so they can afford the pay rise that we're asking for.
And when the results came through from the ballot result that was asked for by the branch, that was another show of commitment. The percentages were through the roof. Boris Johnson has already said that he wants to see percentage caps put on ballots for industrial action. He wants 40% turnouts for ballots of industrial action even before it gets counted. You came back in on a ballot result of over 89%. Out of that, out of that, there was over 90% that voted yes for strike action.
The fact is that management can sit and scheme all day long. They can't do the job that you're doing. You do the job. So they're going to come and start putting fear into people, and we've got to stand shoulder to shoulder. They're going to try and carve certain grades off, in my opinion, try and offer something to certain people to try and fracture them off. And we've got to remember, we all went out together and we all go back together with a fair and equitable offer. And I'm saying to you, brothers and sisters, not me speaking, but on behalf of the entire Executive Committee, but more importantly that, entire 80,000 members of this union, that when you pick a fight with one member of our union, you ain't taking that one member on, you're taking on the entire organisation. Because when you pick someone off on their own, they haven't got a chance. The only chance that we've got is to come together as an organised labour to say no and we demand what we want. Because one thing for sure, brothers and sisters, is that fear's contagious. And when they've got you on your own, they're starting nibbling your ear holes about this can happen, that can happen, people can get very, very frightened. But the one thing more contagious than fear is courage. And if you all stand together, they can't pick you off one at a time because you know you've got the organisation with you. So meetings like this are the golden opportunity for us. Meetings like this give us the opportunity to reaffirm our faith for what we stand for, our commitment for what was right.
You've got to remember, we've balloted for action, but the company have chosen this dispute. The company could have resolved this dispute in a minute, all right? They could have resolved this dispute so easily. They've got the money, they can afford to resolve this and give you a fair pay rise, all right? We know that, and we know that they can do it, and we wouldn't take you out into dispute if we didn't believe that in our hearts. We do believe that, and we know it. They know it. Your management, I think widespread news to me is that all through the management layers, they don't understand why this dispute has been allowed to occur. And it does seem to be boiling down to one person who seems to want to change the relationship and the industrial relations, particularly with inside this company. All right. Well, the voice that's coming from today and from this strike is we won't allow them to do that. We certainly won't allow them to break the union, and we're demonstrating today is that this union is not just strong; it's getting stronger. This dispute will not just win the dispute. We'll make sure this union is stronger in Hex, and that manager either has to listen to that or he has to leave, because I think that has to be the end result of this dispute.
So we want a fair cut of the cake. If they want their dividends, that's good luck to them. But we want a dividend our way, and we want every Heathrow Express worker to get a dividend where they feel that their pay rise and their commitment and their conditions are acceptable to them for working the types of arrangements and the rosters that you do. So we're with you, shoulder to shoulder. Let's reaffirm our faith here today, our commitment, and we're going to win.